Okay, the recording is now in progress. Once again, to the Mindshift webinar series for year 2026, the very first edition for the month of January. And I'm privileged to be introducing to us our speaker for today, Mrs. Iyade Ugojemite, is a seasoned communication and marketing professional with over 15 years experience in the brand communication and marketing industry. She got a secondary school education from Federal Government College, Janiki, a university degree, Bachelor of Arts, Mass Communication and Media Studies from Babcock University, and a master's degree, Marketing from University of Lagos, Akoka. Thanks to everyone that are really celebrating our speaker today. Over the years, she has been privileged to work with several brands, Unilever International, Pernod Ricard, Nestle, Nigerian Breweries, NNPC, Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, Coca-Cola PZ, GSK, Honeywell, Stanbic IBTC, Access Bank, Intel, Canon, Meta, across different industries, FMCG, finance, tech, oil and gas, and entertainment in different capacities, such as, but not limited to, clients and account management, end-to-end concept development, preparation of implementation plan, execution of strategy documents, budget development, control, project management and coordination, business development, growth, and leadership. You can see that we have the best resource person yet telling us about the mentality of a champion, because she is a champion. You can see the different industries, different brands. Yes, active. I love the comments. Thank you to Ade. Active, yes, always active. She is currently the head of brand management, overseeing client services, project execution, and business development at Expose Marketing Solutions. I love this last paragraph, and I think this is where we all need to celebrate our speaker. She is a warm, passionate, assertive, and overall a Jesus baby. Join me as a welcome speaker for the first edition, who is also a co-founder and co-convener, of the Mindshift initiative. Good to have you on the call, Yadi.
Good evening, everyone. As everyone was reading, I was just laughing. I'm like, what's going on here? Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the hands, the flowers. I wish these were real flowers, for me to actually hold here. But I mean, I accept them. Virtual flowers, virtual hugs. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Eben. Thank you. Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm grateful for the opportunity again. First, grateful to God, for this opportunity. And I know that He would actually find expression through me this evening as we go through this together. Amen. Okay. First of all, we know that there's actually really nothing new under the sun. Okay. So there's nothing you actually have not really heard in some form or shape or version. But what we're going to try to do, as we start this evening, is to take away everything that you have ever heard or learned for a minute, so that you can unlearn, relearn, and learn, and take out something from this session, right? Now, we're all going to be learning together, because at the end of the day, nobody has gotten to the peak or the island of learning. We're all learning. We're all trying to be better versions of ourselves, including me, okay? So we're doing this learning together, so that at the end of today, it will not just have been a session where we've just spoken words. It will be a session where we have all immersed ourselves into what the mentality of a champion is. And it will be a session where we've all been able to unlock the champions, right? That is in each and every one of us, okay? So, and then it's going to be a very interactive session, right? Ebun and Shehu have given me 40 minutes. I'm praying to God to help me maximize the time, because people that really know me closely know that I'm a G star. So I'll try as much as possible to stay within the time that, I've been given. I pray not to digress, so we're just going to make it very interactive, so that it's not just me that is speaking. Again, please pardon my voice. I sang to Jesus this morning in church in the choir, right? So my voice is a bit, but I will try as much as possible. I hope I'm audible enough for us. Am I audible enough? Okay, great. Thank you so much. So I mean, just by manner of asking questions and involving all of us in this session, who is a champion? What do we understand when we say oh, this person is a champion. Oh, that's our champion. Oh, she's a champion. We can have suggestions. Please, I permit everybody to unmute if they want to speak. You can just raise your hand first so that Ebu can then allow you speak so that we're not all just mumbling words together. And remember that I have 40 minutes. So if you waste time in answering this question, it's you that is dragging our time. Biko, it's not me. All right. So who is a champion? What do you understand by, calling someone a champion or being a champion? Another thing that I didn't say about myself is that I'm a daughter of a retired teacher. So I would call names if nobody raises up their hand. See, this session today, we're all in it together, right? Okay, I see Yetunde's hand up. Yetunde, please go ahead.
Um, Hi everyone. I think I would say champion is someone that has been able to break through barriers and come out victorious. This maybe facing challenges and all did not stop the person. Person just kept on going, and yeah, person was able to break through every barrier and achieve their goal.
Thank you so much, Yetunde. I see Folashade's hand up. So there's Fola, Shade, and there's Loxin. Shade, you can go ahead. After Shade, Loxin will speak, and then we close the question for now, so that people don't finish my 40 minutes. Thank you.
Oh, good day, everyone. Happy New Year, everybody. So, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I
Yeah,
can.
I'll just say a champion is someone that has put in so much dedication, skill, and so many other qualities in defeating the people that they are both together in the same race and has just won the trophy.
Thank you so much, Shade. Thank you. Loxin,
Good evening, everyone. For me,
good
a
evening.
champion is someone that always see victory in any situation or circumstances they find themselves, right?
Mm,
They are always futuristic in terms of their approach, and they have that winning mentality that whatever thing they want to do, they are going to be
mm,
successful, and they are going to be on top,
mm.
regardless of how circumstances may present themselves. That's what I see a champion as.
Thank you so much, Loxin. I think that I can just off my mic,
I want
and
to say
then
something.
Yetunde, Loxin, and Shade will just continue this session
I
because
want
they've
to say
actually really
something.
spoken. Sorry, Abiodun, we're not taking comments anymore. I'd said 3 people. Thank you. So I'll just say that they've done justice to the definition of who a champion is. Eben, we can move in slide. And basically, what I noted down, is first is a champion is someone who wins. We all know, right? So the winner of a prize or someone that comes first place in any competition, he's someone who was shown marked superiority, right? He's also maybe an advocate or a defender, okay, a warrior or a fighter, right? One that battles for another person's right or another person's honor. So you know how you can have a group and then you even have members of that group saying, oh, that's our champion, right? It's always funny because even them themselves, they are supposed to be clamoring to be a champion, no, but they will just already nominate someone and say, well, that's our champion. This is our leader. That's the person that can, go for it. That's the person that is best in it, right? And I just said that simply put, right, a champion is an excellent individual. So it's basically someone that does ordinary things better than anyone else, right? As Shadi has said. So funniest thing, maybe people sleep for 6 hours and someone sleeps for 8 hours. He's a champion in sleeping because he's doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way, right? Now, as light and as simple as that is, translate that into your work, into your career, into anything that you do. You find people who just, stick to the norm, stick to what's ordinary, and then you find someone who is doing the extraordinary. At the end of the day, you will see that that person has extraordinary results above those that are doing the ordinary. And then it means that that person at the long run is on the way to becoming a champion. Now, there's something that I need us to note is champions are usually identified by others, right? So even in a competition, when everybody is running the race together, at the end of the day, the person that comes tops is identified as the champion by whoever it is that is organizing that competition. And that's why you see that they will now say, oh, and now the winner is, or the champion is, because at the end of you don't ideally identify yourself as a champion initially. Yes, you go through the process, you go through all the hard work, you put everything into it. It is usually others that confer you as a champion, right? Either a group of people or an individual, or the organizer of a competition or some sort. Now, that makes you see that the qualities and the mindset of a champion is seen by others, may not necessarily be seen at first, even by this so-called champion. I know that you guys will know scenarios where people will walk up to people and say, "You are a leader, or you this guy. You are a champion in this thing. You this guy. You are very great in this thing. Or you are," because they are seeing the qualities, they're seeing the traits. They're seeing the efforts. That person is putting in it, right? Okay, I'm making this very granular because we have some teenagers that are joining as well, so we're going to make it very understandable for them on all levels, is why I'm trying to set these definitions in place before we go into the meat of the day. Okay, so the next question I'll ask us is, what do we understand by a mindset? If you say that, somebody has a mindset, or this is this person's mindset, or this is a mindset, what do we understand by it? Abiodun, because you wanted to speak previously and you couldn't, I give you the floor now to please speak. What's your understanding of a mindset? There's no wrong answer. We're all just going to speak and learn together. Can Abiodun hear me? Okay, can someone
Yes, I
else?
think he's trying to unmute his mic.
Okay. Can someone else try so that we don't lose track of time? What do we understand by a mindset? What is a mindset?
Okay, please let me step in. A mindset is your frame of mind. That is how you have created and wired yourself to speak, to think, and to connect, to think about something. Or mindset is the mentality, your state of mind, how you think about something, your perspective. Let me just put it that way. Your
Thank
perspective
you.
to life, your perspective to anything.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Can someone else try? You see that
Yeah,
I said
so in a
that I can just
nutshell,
pass the mic to all of you. People will just
Yeah,
go
I'll say
ahead.
once belief.
Okay. 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 So because of time again, we'll just proceed, right? Now, basically a mindset, right? It's an individual's attitude, like we've rightly said, right? It's your perspective, it's your thought process, it's what you believe about yourself, right? Regarding any aspect of life. Do you understand? Regarding any course or any action or any situation or any statement is basically what you believe. So, simply put, we can say that it is how you see life, it is how you filter life, it is how you see yourself. Do you understand? And even the next person. I often say to people, when I get maybe feedback or we're having a conversation, I'm like, okay, that's your perspective. Now, perspective can be objective and subjective. It depends. Because the way we see life, differs based on our perspective, based on whether our mindset is a fixed mindset or it's a mindset that allows for growth. Do you understand? Because usually your mindset, is in two ways. It's either you have a fixed mindset or something. There's some people that will just tell you, this is it. This is what the situation is. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can change about it. I don't like this person. Why? I just don't like the person. Do you understand? Because their mindset is just fixed on not liking the person, right? They're not even allowing themselves to see if that person has some good in them, if that person can change, if there are reasons behind why that person is the way they are, if they are able to help that person to become better. They're just like, you know what? No, I don't like this person, or I don't like this particular car, right? Why don't you like the car? You'll be surprised that some people don't like some things because of other people's experiences, not because of their own. No. Imagine, I mean, that's happened to me before, and I'm going to be very vulnerable on this call, where there was an individual, that I just didn't like. Why didn't I like this individual? Because my sister said they don't like this person. I've not had any encounter with the person. I have not related with the person. The person has not hurt me before. The person has not created my bread. But just because my sisters, before I came back from school, said, oh, this particular person came, oh, we don't like this person. Oh, more fire brigade. Me too, when I came, I started eyeing. I started saying, no, me oniba. And then, grateful for the Spirit of God. At some point, when I started interacting with the person, I'm like, and this person is not bad, though. This person did not actually offend me. Oh. Guess what? Because I had a fixed mindset to that person, I actually had to pray to love the person. I was like, God, please help me genuinely love this person, because I've somewhat developed hatred and dislike for this person for nothing. And after the prayer, I found it very easy and genuinely to love her. Guess what? Me and that person were best buddies today. right? So we actually need to understand that our mind is who we are. Whatever it is you allow your mind to breed, to grow, to accept, is definitely who you are. And this definitely affects every aspect of your life: your relationship with God, your relationship with people, your career, your understanding of yourself. There are some people in life that will just tell themselves they can't make it. See that even in the example, I did not say I, because I know that I'm making it, right? So even in example, please don't talk yourself down. We're going to get there, right? So even when, some people say, for example, now, maybe when you were broke, I'm not broke in the example because in real life, I'm not broke. It does not mean, even if it's 5,000 naira or 5 naira that I have in my pocket, excuse me, I know who I am. Do you understand? So we need to be very, very careful of our mindset. And one thing we need to understand first is the mindset is your own, right? It means you have control over it. If you have a fixed mindset, I'm hoping by the grace of God that after today, you would move to having a growth mindset because you have control over it. Nobody can control you, right? You are the one who has control over your mindset. You can say to yourself today, I can make it. You can say to yourself today, I will make it. You can say to yourself today, I have made it. It depends on the angle to which you want. And you can still sit down and beat yourself down. Oh, this thing. There are things in my life that naturally too I say no to, E.g., people that know me know that I don't eat fried rice. There's no way you want to garnish fried rice till tomorrow, till Jesus comes, right? It's a very capital no, because I have made up my mind not to eat it. It's not like I have eaten it before and I vomited, or when I ate it, I landed in the hospital. It's just a mindset. I don't like this thing. It's green. It has things inside. I don't like meat pie. Is what? Because it has things inside. Guess what? There are several things also that I have once said I do not like that I now eat. Nothing changed. So the ingredients in preparing those things did not change. Who changed? I did. And I'm saying that to say that you are the one in control of your mindset. You're the one in control of your life, right? Things don't really change. You change. The way you see things change, right? The way you move along life is what changes. And immediately you change your mindset, bruh, other things start to fall in alignment. They change for you, right? Like I said, situations don't change. At some point I didn't used to eat yam, right? I now eat yam. Did yam change? The way they used to grow it, it did not change from anywhere. I had to change my mindset. I had to change my mindset to it. And then at the end of the day, I found out that there's nothing wrong with it. Now I'm using the simplest of examples so that we understand that if you actually sit down, right, and think through these things, this life is not really difficult. Making it is not difficult. Being a champion is not difficult. It all starts from the mind. It starts from your mind. I'm doing this, and I just remember that one day my husband told me that, do you think your mind is in your chest? Your mind is in your head, is in your brain. So let me stop doing it. Let me do like this. Right? So it starts from your mind, right? I know there are people here too that used to do like this to your mind. Your mind is not in your chest, too. It's here, it's in your brain. But we're not talking medicine today, right? But we're talking mindset. Yeah. Let me get back, right? So basically, right, if we're going to talk about being a champion, okay, and having the mindset of a champion, right, which is what we are here to learn today, is that you have to have the mentality, right, of a champion. And like I explained earlier, it's basically you versus you, right? There's nobody that can save you if you are not ready to be saved. There's a saying that says you can force an elephant to the river, okay, but you cannot force it to drink water, right? If you're not ready to change, if you're not ready to grow, if you're not ready to be a champion, there's nobody that can change you. I've interacted with people before who have said to me, they're okay with being second place. It's a mentality, right? That first, but no, I showed you first. They are okay with, being second place. I've met people before who have said they don't want to be managers, they just want to be followers. See, there is nothing wrong in taking a decision for yourself. As long as you're comfortable, you're the one who took that decision for yourself. It's not something that people forced on you or something that you yourself forced on yourself, right? Because e.g., if there was no disciple, you will not know what it means to be a good disciple or a bad disciple. So it's okay. Some are going to be leaders. Some are going to be disciples. Even as a disciple, are you a good disciple? You can be a champion follower, right? I'll take the example of even being in the choir. You have people who are backup singers, and if their leaders do not see them behind their back when they are singing, they can almost say they won't lead praises that day because they have championed the act of being backup singers. So it's okay. right? To decide that, oh no, this is what I want to do for my life. This is the course that I want to chart. Emphasis on you making the decision, not someone else or situation or circumstances, making you feel like, oh, you have to settle for this or you have to just be relegated, to this particular level. I hope we're still together. Are we following? Great, thank you. Another thing that I should have mentioned earlier is I was supposed to work in CNN because of the way I talk. I talk very fast, but I'm trying as much as possible. So if you notice that I'm talking too fast, you can just chat Ebun and tell him to tell me to calm down. We're not running anywhere. Again, I'm conscious of the time, but I also don't want us to miss whatever it is that we're talking about, right? Abiodun says I talk too fast. Okay, I'll try. I'm sorry. I'll just try to slow down from now, right? So basically, the champion's mentality is you letting the positive you win the negative you, right? You want to wake up early in the morning, but you know that, okay, once it's 7, by when your alarm rings, you think about your generation, your destiny, you turn it off for like 10 minutes, and let me just rest a little bit, running. It means that the next day you will not still wake up early, right? Get accountability partners. Form the right habit. Say to yourself, I wake up by 7. So set a 6:30 alarm because you know that by 6, anytime your alarm rings, 10 minutes you off it. So by the time from 6:30, you start turning it off at 6:40, 6:50. When it's 7 o'clock, you shall get up. If it's not that somebody's following you, you shall get up at the end of the day. So form habits that enables, the right mindset or the place, that you want to be, right? So in summary, it is you having an unwavering belief in yourself, okay, coupled with the determination to get better and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks stronger than ever before. Guess what? Champions, they fail too. Champions, they make mistakes, right? There are basketball competitions that champions actually miss. It doesn't mean that the next day they will not get back to the court. There are races that champions will miss. It doesn't mean that the next day they would not run, right? But the difference between them and the regular mind is that, okay, this setback is not going to pull me down. In fact, why didn't I win? Okay, this is it. And they work towards it to ensure that the next time when they're on that pitch, when they're on that field, when they're in that courtroom, when they're in that office, when they are wherever it is that they are putting their best foot forward. That's the difference between a champion and a regular mind. No kabosh somewhere, no extra power, no juju, no nothing. Do you understand? It's a process, it's a principle. And the truth is, once you apply these processes and you apply the principles, you definitely see the results, right? So right now we're going to be going into harnessing the mind for championship. How do you help your mind? How do you have the right mindset, for championship? Because anybody can be a champion. Anybody. The Yoruba me just came out for 1 second now. Pardon me. Anybody can be a champion, right? You can be a leader. You can be excellent in whatever it is that you do. Remember the definitions of a champion that we have said earlier. We've said that, this person is a leader. This person is a winner. This person, takes the bull by the horn and all of that. And we've said that your mindset is where it all starts from. It is you versus you, right? And then I'm sure someone is thinking in the room, how can I do this? How can I become better? There are also goals in my own life too that I've set that I'm still saying, oh God, how can I achieve it? I want to lose weight, right? This same me that says I want to lose weight, I will start the
I'm,
gym today. In 3
I'm
months or
sorry
4
I
months,
can't.
I will get tired. I will stop going and I'll start eating bread. And next thing I'll see my weight go back. We all have areas in our lives where we actually want to achieve something, okay? But it all takes determination. So like I said, when I started, I'm here teaching you, but I'm also teaching myself. And that's why I said we're doing this together, right? Now, I've noted 4 things that will help us harness our mind to championship. Now, of course, this is a very broad topic that in 40 minutes we probably might not do excellent justice to. So I'll advise us that after now, you can still read up, check books, read, listen to podcasts, check, recording stories that people have done. Go and pick a champion and try to see how that person became a champion and see what you can do to become a champion. Emphasis on what you can do. I'm not saying follow that person verbatim because see, we're all created as individuals. We all have our individual strengths. We all have things that would help us walk through, this life as an individual. Nobody's palm or fingerprint is the same thing. It means that we have individual strengths and weaknesses. And until we know these things, right, you're not able to win as an individual. So nobody's saying to you, come and go and be a champion like Inuade. You are your own champion, Loxin. You are your own champion, Shade. You are your own champion, Tiade. You are you. And you can win in the way that is identifiable to only you, right? Remember when we were speaking earlier, we have spoken about how championship is actually conferred on people. Imagine that 10 people in a group were doing like somebody. It will be what they will be saying is that this person is doing like Saul. This person is acting like Inuade. But if you are acting as yourself, you are a champion in your own right. You're not acting or seeming to be like someone else, right? So go straight into it. The first one that I've identified is self-awareness. If you know, you know. Bro, if you don't know, you don't know. You'll be tossed, fro, and toe, right? Like the wind. Ebun, don't show my slide yet. Oh God, you're stopping my suspense. Gracias. You know, the first one is self-awareness, right? If you don't know it, you don't know it. There are people who genuinely don't know who they are. And that's the beginning of the problem, right? Self-awareness is the first answer to becoming a champion, right? Who am I? Do you understand? And I want each and every one of us to just take a pen right now and write down who you think you are. You will go through this later. You can answer it later. But genuinely, I need us to be self-aware, right? Now, when you answer the question of who you are, you need to answer the question of who you want to be, which helps you, of course, to set your goals, set your target, in different areas, right? Who exactly do you want to be? Okay. When I was speaking earlier, I made mention of people who would tell you they're okay with second place. Oh, they're okay with being backers. They don't really look forward to leading. They just want to be a good follower. You need those people too, right? I heard I was listening to a message by Apostle Selman who said, if all of us were doctors, who would be a teacher? Who will teach the doctor? If all of us were running a race, who will treat the runner when his leg breaks? We cannot all be one thing. We actually have to be different things. But even in being different things, in our diversities, let's all be ruling in it. Imagine that you have, a bunch of nurses being excellent. You don't have to say, oh, I prefer a private hospital because they treat me better. Because when I go to general hospital, they're very cranky, they're very angry. It will be that even when I go to a general hospital, the nurse there is as excellent, as the one in the private hospital. It will be that the teachers or the lecturers in the private university and schools are also, the same thing with the ones in your state schools, your state schools, federal schools, and all. There would be no dragging for one particular thing. It will be that we're all working at optimal level because we are all excellent individuals, right? But no, that's not what the case is. Is that some people have just decided that, oh, in this office that I am, I cannot be more than this. In this position that I am, I cannot be more than this. And that's no mindset of a champion, right? So you have to be self-aware. You have to know who you are and who you want to be, right? Because there's a difference between who you are right now and who you want to be, right? You have to ask yourself, right? What do I want? How badly do I want it? See, I made an example of my weight goal, a while back. If I really wanted this Agbanidarego goal, since I would have woken up to it. Nobody will remind me. This gym that I'm stopping and starting, I would have been very consistent. And guess what? I've done it before. Again, that's the type of mindset. Now, winners don't just do things for the sake of winning. It's a lifestyle for them. That's why they don't quit or stop. You see people who start things just because they want to win, that's why you stop. That's why you break in between. Oh, I want to lose weight. Then they get to that particular weight and they just start consuming other things later. You go back to where you were before now. Because you've not made it your lifestyle. You've not told yourself that, okay, this is who I want to be. This is the continuity that I want to see. So winners do not just set goals for now. They don't just say, oh, I want to come first in class. In primary school, is any of my primary school mates here? Okay. No, but I'm not telling a lie. I'm going to say truth. In primary school, right? I used to come first. And then when I got to primary 4, I came second. Guys, I cried as if they've taken the world away from me. And I almost cussed out the girl that came first. I was like, what nonsense? How he was like, how dare you for me? Like, from where? Do you get? When I got to secondary school, bro, I wasn't coming first though. I was just in the class. We're sharp passing, right? Why? Maybe because in primary school it was like a competition for me. We must come first and all of those things. But as I grew, I had other priorities. Maybe it's not like I failed, right? I still came out excellent, top in my class and all of that, but not first. Now I said that to say that if you are just setting goals for the sake of winning, right, and not understanding that you have to be self-aware to understand it's a way of life, that's how you will keep achieving something and stopping or going back, right? You are as good as your last successor. That's basically life, right? That's basically life. It's a continuous. Do you understand? You have to continue in it, right? And when you're able to understand and analyze yourself, then you're able to take control of your life. You're able to tell yourself, oh, this is who I am right now, but this is not who I want to be, right? I'm a winner. I'm a leader. And then you set goals, you work towards it. Every time, as individuals, companies have their vision and their mission. You are a company. Bro, you are supposed to have a vision and a mission for your life, right? If you don't, you've not started. Who am I? What do I want to be? Where do I want to be? What's the vision for my life? And as you're conquering it, you're moving ahead because it's a way of life. Now, how do I intend to achieve this vision? Is you being self-aware. There are people that will naturally tell you, oh, I'm not a morning person. Are you a night person? In the night, they will still not do anything. They just heard that people used to say it somewhere that I'm not a something. So they will join. I'm not a morning person. Afternoon, you are not a person. Night, you are not a person. In life, where you are not a person. Because you are just following the crowd, right? So if really you are not a morning person, ask yourself, do I perform better in the afternoon? Do I perform better in the evening? I used to have a boss that drops messages for me at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 3 a.m. I realized that, okay, this is the time that works for this woman. Initially, I wanted to keep up. When I hear background, I will just carry my phone. I will reply. At some point, I told myself, I'm not a morning person. When I wake up, is when it's my morning. So I will reply you when I wake up. And she just told me, she said, she used to look at me when I used to reply that, what's wrong with this one? I'm not telling you to reply. Me, I'm working when I can work. When it is time for you to work, you do the job. Do you understand? So if truly you're not a morning person, it's okay. Are you an afternoon person? Be very, very active in the afternoon. Deliver all you need to deliver. Do all you need to do. You are an evening person. Okay, no problem. Do everything you need to do sharp in the evening so you can rest during the day. I've had people in my career say to, MDs that, please, can I not come in the morning because I work most in the night. That's when I'm most active. And really, you will see them. You see their emails, you see their documents, you see their everything being sent in the middle of the night. So in the morning, they want to just relax and refresh again for the night that is coming. It is self-awareness that will make that person say that, right? So once you are aware about your strengths, your weaknesses, what you can do, it helps you set realistic goals, right? And it helps you understand the vision and the mission for your life, okay? Now we're going to go to the second point, which is self-analysis. Self-analysis is the next step to being self-aware, right? So basically is, you know your strength and your weakness. No, don't lie. You know you like sleep. You probably know you don't like sports. You know, okay, you like food. You probably know you don't like going out. And you are in maybe an industry or an environment that requires some of these things that you don't like. Bruh, you have to sit up. You have to work at it. I'm in an industry that, requires you to be outside. There's even a joke that we usually tell in the office that Italawa, everybody, you are supposed to be outside because you need to see, you need to know what's new. But guess what? Because I really don't like going outside like that. I like the idea of going out. If you tell me now that let's go out, you will see me. Once we're out 1 hour, 2 hours, I'm like, okay, what exactly are we doing here? I have friends, I have colleagues who used to yab me. I will say, involve me. It's a lie. When you involve me, only me be telling you, bro, when I'm going home. Like, what's going on here? But guess what? I make up for it. I check online. I follow pages that I know will spike my creativity. I try to stay up to date, such that you are outside. When me and you were talking, you would think I was at that event. It's you that did not see me, right? You would think that we were there together. It's you that did not know that I was there because I've gone to do all my research. I've checked online. I've read books. I've followed people. I've seen that, okay, this is how this is done. When you do this kind of event or when you do this kind of activation, these are the things that are there, for activations, productions, events these days. These are the things, that are trending. This is the way they do it. And I'll be talking. You think that, this girl, wow, is a lie. Oh. The only place I've gone after Nigeria is Ghana. I've not gone anywhere else. Everything is online. And you need to make use of it. A lot of us use our time online carelessly. I beg to say, right? Now, I'm not insulting anybody, but I mean, we have to tell ourselves the hard truth. You are online to make yourself better. The other people that are following and watching, they are making money off you. You are there, you are laughing. Ga, 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 ga. Instead of you to use this social media to better yourself, to improve your knowledge, right? To see how things are done in your field. A lot of us are just okay with what we know. I went to school, I've read the book, now I'm working. People have moved. People are asking themselves, what next? But you are still there with what you know, right? There's no way you can be above them. Then you know the annoying thing that the devil now does with some people. You will not be angry with those people. But the time that they are putting into the work, you're not putting into it. The time they're putting into researching, the time they're putting into making themselves better, you're not doing it. It's like when I see people with slim body now, so you're taking lunch saying, is it that you don't eat? Did they send me to not go to the gym? Did they send me to not control my mouth? Right? So basically, put in the work, right? And tell yourself the truth. Analyze yourself. Do you understand? This is my strength. This is my weakness, and get better at it. Remember that I said champions actually fail. But you know what they do? For every failure, they learn how to succeed. Oh, this was what I did that last time that made me lose this race. Oh, this was what I did that made me miss this pitch. This was what I did, that made me miss this business. I will not do it again. That's what makes champions. See, the only person that has never failed and will never fail is Jesus. So don't be deceived. Everybody you are seeing that you are, this person is really making it in life. They failed before. What they did not do is to sit down in that failure, right? What they did not do is to let that failure drown them. And you know what some people have created? Now, I don't want to call a particular this thing before they will abuse me. I'm a millennial, I'm not a Gen Z. I love Gen Zs a lot. But I feel like Gen Zs make a lot of excuses for themselves. Someone that is genuinely lazy will say, I'm just protecting my peace. I really just don't want to, go all out and all of that. You are lazy. You are actually lazy. You are reckless. You say, living my best life. Clock it. You only live one. You, the way poverty. Do you understand? We make excuses for our weaknesses instead of you to realize that, oh, I need to do better. Right? I have analyzed myself, I've seen that, oh, okay, in this particular area, I need to do better. I need to pull off myself. You say, I'm just avoiding toxicity. You guys are so toxic. It's a lie. You don't have patience. If you are patient enough, you'd understand that the things and the situations that you think are toxic are not toxic. You are the one who lacks patience, right? You don't have financial planning. You said the future will take care of itself. Spend it. As you're spending it, it's finishing. It's finishing because you are not planning your finances. Even the Bible says, go to the ant and learn. When there is plenty, they will gather. When there is famine, because they've gathered and they've saved, they are able to still spend as though they have, right? And then you will just be there. Oh, self-care, I just want to be myself, is a lie. You don't want to be responsible. And until you sit down and analyze yourself and tell yourself the hard truth, right? You actually cannot move. People are correcting you. Instead of you to take correction, you say they're just judgmental. They just don't understand my person. That's how I am. You are not like that. You are the one who made yourself like that. You are the one who decided I don't want to change. I'm going to remain like this. I'm going to not be accommodative. If they give me bass, I give you boss. It's because you've not seen the person that will give you boss. When they give you that boss, you align yourself back and realize that there are even people that are worse than I am. Do you understand? Let's quit making excuses for our weaknesses. That's not the mindset of a champion, right? Champions would say to themselves, oh, I need to build strength. And what will happen? At 5 a.m., they will get up and they'll take a run, right? At 6, they're talking to their mentor. At 7, they're taking a break. They rest too. Oh. Bro, don't go and kill yourself. Or don't say, they said, champion, we should go for it and everything. Then you go and kill. Please, I did not send you that. Oh. Champions, they also rest. But you know why they're able to rest? They've put in the work. I often say to my team, I say, see, when you walk away, you have enough time to play. You even have more time to play than those that have not worked. It's like when we're in school. When you are gisting with somebody, you know that the person has finished reading. You think that you are on the same level. You will not be gisting, exam result to come and see the person carrying A. You say, it's not me and this person that we're playing. They play. That's it. You don't know that in the night, the person has burnt all the candles. The person has finished reading and he has enough time to just be gisting with you in the morning. But you just think that, okay, you people are on the same level. Guys, all these things I'm saying to you, if you ask yourself, you know it. The question is, why are you not operating on that level yet? It's basically self-awareness, and basically self-analysis, telling yourself the hard truth, right? And rising from wherever it is that you think you were to where you want to be. Okay. Now we're going to move to the third one, which is self-competition, right? First things first in life, it's easier to actually look at somebody else than look at yourself. Okay? It's very easy. So, say for instance, I'm here now and I'm looking at Funke. See the way Funke is even doing it. Why is Funke not even doing this? She doesn't even know how to do it. Oh, she knows how to do it, but that's her business. In all this time that I've focused on Funke, what have I done to myself? I've not focused on myself. I've not grown myself. I've not checked myself. So I'm wasting my entire time focusing on someone else when I'm supposed to be focusing on myself, right? And that's self-competition. You compete with yourself. Your goal in life is to be the better version of who you are, not of someone else. Now, don't get me wrong. It's okay to see people and say, oh, this person is a success. What your response should be is, I will be also a success. I will surpass the goal of this person. But guess what? How do you surpass a goal that you did not know? A goal that you did not set. You did not set that champion's goal for them. You did not set the mentor's goal for them. So the easiest thing to do is to set your own goals and surpass it so that you're ruling and reigning in your own race. Bro, it's personal. We're not all running the same race. It's not a collective thing. Do you understand? It is you versus you. Remember our definition of a mindset, right? It is you competing with yourself. It is you having been self-aware, setting your goals and your mission of how you intend to achieve it, analyzing yourself, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses and how to rise from your weaknesses to also turn them into strengths, and then now competing against yourself, right? So I got to 50 yesterday. Today, it means I have to get to 60. Not being complacent. I've gotten to 50. You know, there are some old people, no shades at them, that say, in our time, we too, we did it. Bro, what are you doing with this present time? Excuse me? Were you called to just shine in a particular time or a particular generation? There are people who transcend generations. Till Jesus will come, you will keep talking about them and their winnings because they've decided that they will not be relegated to a particular time or a particular season. So quit living in past glories, quit, being in someone else's present. Be in your own present. Do you understand? You only have control over your own performance. So take, for instance, me and my colleague now, we are maybe in an exam or something. I don't know what he or she has read. I don't know how he or she has prepared. The only thing I know is what I have read and what I have prepared. Do you understand? So I know that, okay, when this result comes out, it is based on my preparation, not the other person's preparation. If I am going to succeed or excel in this examination, it is based on my own preparation, not the other person's preparation. And that's the mindset of a champion. Yes, you can look at this person and be inspired by them, but it should not be the basis, right, of your own championship. It should be you competing with yourself. Be in the present, right? Be committed to your own goal. Looking at someone else distracts you. It sways you from yourself. And that's the easiest thing to do. It's easy for me to look at someone and call out the fault. See, there are people, jokes, I have an auntie. If she wants to fight with you, I was told this story, that she will first of all tell you all the weaknesses in her body. When she now finishes, you shall don't have anything to say again. She will not finish with you. That's how to catch your opponent. She will say, pata, pata, you will say I'm short. You will say I'm fat. You will say I'm this. She will insult herself, finish. She has taken away the power from you. Then when she now finishes, she will now start with you. So you, instead of you to respond, you don't have anything to respond because all the things you want to use to insult her, she has called herself already, right? That thing, as funny as it sounds, there's power in it. She has analyzed herself. She has seen that, yes, this is who I am, this is what I am, this is my weakness, this is my whatever. So if my opponent needs to fight against me, this is what they will use, right? So I will first of all throw away those things and I would be stable on my own strength. It's self-competition. Do you understand? So basically, for you to have the mindset of a champion, focus on you. Be determined that, okay, I will focus on what is right. I would work on my weaknesses to make them better so that I can be the goal is to be a better version of yourself, not the better version of someone else, not the future version of someone else. It's for you to be the better version of yourself. It is in that your individuality that you will be spotted, that you will be seen, and then it will be said that, oh, Inyuade is a champion, Loxin is a champion, not Lucy is like, or Senami is like. Because you know, you've proven that you are you and you've met your goals based on your own standards, right? And then the last thing will be self-confidence. Oh my God, we have about 5 minutes. I'll rush. Abiodun, sorry, I'm going to move right now like ta 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 ta. You have to just try and, so self-confidence, okay? So say that you have, checked yourself, you are now aware of who you are, where you want to be, you've set your goals, you know your mission. Of course, we know the difference between vision and mission, right? Vision is who you are or what you want. A mission is how you intend to achieve the vision, in plain man terms, right? And then you've analyzed yourself, you know what your strengths are, you keep building them, you know what your weaknesses are, and you're working to move those weaknesses to your strengths, right? Now you've determined that I'm going to be competing against myself. I will be a better version of myself. I got 98 today, tomorrow I must get 99. I got 100 today, tomorrow I must get 100 and 100, if there's any mark like that. Do you understand? The final thing is confidence. Now, being a champion will come with a lot of challenges, right? Things will try you on the side. It comes with a lot of sacrifices. It comes with a lot of, oh, I'm not going to do this thing, but I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to be here. When people are dancing and playing up and down, I'm going to be reading and researching. When people are saying, you know what, me, it's not my business. So 5 o'clock, I've closed my laptop. I will stay. It is just you putting the extra work. But you need to be confident that all you are doing will work. Because guess what? Sometimes it may not work. But are you going to give up? No. Because you have a goal. Because you're confident that I've put in the work now. There are some people, who are runners, who after they've done all their practice and everything, they still run and they still, get the third mark. They don't stop running. They say to themselves, no, I know who I've been now. This thing just happened. There are times when we do projects in the office and it doesn't go the way, we had planned it. We sit down, we analyze, post-evaluation. What went wrong? What did we do right? Oh, what should we have done? So that the next time, you know that, okay, it doesn't change your person. Those projects that we didn't do well, it did not change our name from the business name. Expose where I work will not go and erase expose from their bio just because they did a project and it didn't work well for one day. You're still expose. It is you that needs to remind yourself of why you're being called expose in the first place. You're the one that needs to remind yourself, why am I able? There's a reason why am I able now. This one that happened is just on the side. Do you understand? It's not going to define who I am. It's not going to define who I will continue to be, right? This particular setback is not going to take away my confidence. I know who I am. I know what I'm made for, and I will keep trying at it. There's a Yoruba adage that says that, and it's over my hey, even me, the Yoruba say, if I don't see me, I wanted to brag now. But then what it basically means, is if you want to take something from the rock, you will not mind the mouth of the machete. Kini, what's the Yoruba thing?
ẹni tó bá
I'll look
fẹ́
for the
jẹ
meaning
inú
later.
ẹni tó bá fẹ́ jẹ
Uh-huh.
inú àpáta
Koni
kò ní
wenu
wo.
ake. Thank you so much, Ade. Thank you, right? So if you want to, get something, you're not going to mind the machete. Imagine someone who wants to, get access into the rock. And then at the first hit, you say, this thing did not break. Oh, then you move back. Even Moses, when he struck the rock the first time, the water did not come out. Even the one that God told to do, God gave him an instruction, do this. He did it once, water did not come out. If he had turned back, at the end of the day, what would have happened? We won't have that story in the Bible, right? So basically is, if you want to be who you want to be, you need to keep at it. You fall today, you get up. Children, I love children so much. Once they will get up and clean their body, they will continue that you are the adult, you are worried for them. Stop running is a lie. That child will fall and get up again and continue. In fact, we intensify the speed with which he was running before. Do you understand? And that's why the Bible will say that if your mind is like the mind of a child, it's easier for you to enter the kingdom of God. We adults, we like to use sense. Children, it is either this or it is this. A child believes so much. My mother can do this. My father can, I have a brother that once believed that his mother was going to use her head to carry an aeroplane from the airport and bring it to the house. As a child, that was his belief. And you cannot tell him otherwise. He just believed that what my mother cannot do does not exist. And it is the level of confidence that we are supposed to operate with as champions. No matter what you encounter, no matter the obstacle, no matter what the challenge is, have this self-confidence that I can and I will. No matter how many times you fall, you pick yourself back up. No matter what it is people are saying, you shake it off and just continue. The result will speak for you, right? The end result will speak for you. Remember, it is you versus you. You have control over your mind. You can do and be whoever it is you want to be, as long as you know. As long as you say to yourself that, yes, I can, you definitely will. And in closing, I know that there are some people on the call that are saying, oh, how can I do this? How can I, build this mindset? Like you heard in my bio, I'm a Jesus baby, right? And Jesus himself has already said you can do all things because he strengthens you. Do you understand? He has the blueprint for your life, right? He says that he knows the plans that he has for you. And his plans for you have peace and not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. So say that you're on this call today and you still don't know what the direction is. You still don't know what the plan for your life is. You still don't know how to set, your vision. Go to God in prayer. If God himself can guide Daniel, eat beans, so all these other things that these people are eating is a lie. Eat beans and you will even be stronger than these other people. It means that there's no aspect of your life that he cannot direct you or guide you on. And I genuinely pray that Christ himself will find expression through each and every one of us and help us to rule and reign according to his command in every area and aspect of our lives. In Jesus' name. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you.
Oh, can we have virtual claps? Virtual claps, please. Just let's celebrate our speaker. Wow, what an awesome conversation and insight that we shared. Thank you so much. I can see the confettis coming in. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right, I know we are just a few minutes out of our scheduled time frame. Please apologies. We'll just take a few more minutes to just have some questions and answers. And a lot have been shared, and trust me, you will have access to the recording, so you can always go back to just refresh your mind and we modify that mindset so that at least you're able to start moving on as a champion. It starts with the mind. That's what we're made to understand, that it starts with the mind. I've been part of interviews before that once you get there, you see a lot of people and you just tell yourself, no, I've lost it, I can't get this job. It's a mindset. Who says you can't get this job because of the number of people? How many of us see those young guys with eyeglasses and you say, these ones are the scholars, give them the first position, we call the eyeglasses. We create a lot of belief system for ourselves because of some man-made features, and we just give them the champion tag, forgetting that even we are dark in complexion. Like our speaker now that is fair, we say, no, let's leave the first class for Madam Miyadi. But no, it's not the same. It's just the mindset. And a lot has been shared, how we can also harness the mind for champions. So please, let's start imbibing those things and start putting them into use. That's the main purpose of these sessions and this series that we'll be having. We may not be able to answer all the questions, so that's why one of the secretariat team have posted a link to the Mindshift community. So please feel free to join. The speaker is also part of that community. So if you have questions for the next one more before we meet again for the next edition, put your questions there. Let's continue to connect, interact, and learn from each other. So right about now, we'll just open the floor for the next 7 minutes. Apologies, please, 7 minutes to take some questions. If you have questions, please just use the show of hand icon, raise hand icon to indicate interest to speak, and then we can take your question. I expect us to have questions, actually. I expect a lot to still be this clarification. So if you have questions, you want our speaker to just add some points. Yes, Frederick, don't worry, the recording will be shared. You'll get a link to watch the recording, and you can also go to our YouTube channel. That's the Mindshift Initiative. All the recordings, past webinars, they're actually on the platform. So please feel free to visit the Mindshift Initiative YouTube channel and then keep digesting all the insight that have been shared by previous speakers. You can also follow our social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, Mindshift Initiative for constant information. Okay. I think we have a question here. Can you mention the third point for harnessing the mind for championship? And that's self-competition.
So I'll just go through them again. So you have self-awareness, and that's the point where you tell yourself who you are and who you want to be, or where you are and where you want to be. There's self-analysis. There's the point where you look at your strengths and your weaknesses, versus, what you are used to, not making excuses for your weaknesses. There's self-competition, right? Where you realize that this, your race is your own, it's personal. So you're competing with yourself. You're trying to beat your last record, as against focusing on another person. And then lastly, the self-confidence, where irrespective of when you fall or you fail, you keep at it, you pick yourself up, knowing that, your failures or weaknesses do not define who you are. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing. And I'm also just trying to project the screen so we just take notes of some of the points shared, and then be able to just feel free to take snapshots and then just digest it. Yeah, any other question? We have just 5 more minutes before I close the session. Any other question? Yes, Adeyinka, delegate participant from UK. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I don't have a question. I would just like to add one or two things. And that is, you can't be a champion if you have baggages. A runner don't go with load. It's going to weigh you down. So you need to drop those baggages for you to be a champion. It could be anything. It could be your marriage. It could be family. It could be anything. So you can't go with your baggages and then expect to be a champion. That's just it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Drop the bag and baggages, drop the negative mindsets, the fixed mindsets, take them off, and then just
Okay. I see whose hand. Some people have their hands up. I think Abel's network is fluctuating. Okay, yes. Shadi has already spoken. Is there any other person that wants to say anything? Feel free to add, make suggestions, make contributions, ask questions. We have 4 minutes left.
all right, thank you. Am I back now? Apologies for that. Hi, Ade, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I was trying to read one of the questions that I saw
Yes, we
in
have
the
a
chat
question
box.
from
Yes.
Frederick. How does a champion mindset recognize, navigate, and ultimately transcend limiting terrains that stifle success?
Okay, thank you, Frederick. So basically, remember when I spoke about self-awareness and self-analysis, right? The point of recognition comes at the point where you tell yourself the honest truth. I said that you don't know yourself. Nobody knows you better than you, right? A lot of us lie to ourselves, and that's why it looks like, oh, we're not achieving some things. You know when you have studied hard. You know when you did not study. You know when you have put in your best. You know when you did not put in your best. You don't need to wait for appraisals. So the best way for you to recognize, and navigate and ultimately transcend limiting terrains is, first of all, as you've answered even in your question, recognize it. Sit down and do a proper, critical, honest analysis, right? What is going on here? How am I doing this, right? And at the end of the day, what are the things that I can do to move away from this? Do you get? So, for instance, you are in a company, and for lack of a better word, it seems like you have a difficult boss. What does the boss want? Send documents in on time, do your work or whatnot, whatnot. Why not do that? I often say to people, maybe in organizations and stuff, do your own bit, such that when people even have things to say about you, they only can say about you, they can't say about your work. So you will find people who will say, I don't even like that, she shall be the work, but waiting they do themselves. Hey, they can't say anything about your work. But it is just you that they have an issue with. Do you understand? So basically is for you to actually recognize, is for you to analyze whatever situation it is, determine, oh, what is the positive in this and what is the negative? What is making this look like I can't break through beyond this situation? And then now find things to help you to succeed through it. Talk to people. I've had people talk to people before. I have this difficult boss. How can I go through them? How can I break through them? Oh, I have this difficult situation. How can I conquer it? How can I break through it? Nobody has, the island of knowledge to say, okay, yes, I've reached there, I've been there, I've done that. You have to keep evolving. And how do you keep evolving? You keep analyzing, you keep checking. It's a continuous learning, continuously trying to get better, continuously trying to do better. And it is in that then you can now have your overall success. I hope I've answered your question.
Frederick, you can just confirm in the chats. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ariade, for that detailed feedback. Thank you. Just recognize it. That's just the best way to solve that problem, recognize it. And thanks, Abdinika, for always sharing insights and supports. You need support system. Yes, you can't do it alone. Always connect. That's why we have different communities. Always be part of different communities that can help you navigate all of those terrains. Thank you so much. Any other question?
Sorry, just to add, right? There's a reason why you have, people in sportsmanship have coaches, right? And that alludes to the point that Shade had made, okay? There are people that have gone through this thing before. There are people that know how to go through it. Read books, right? Ask questions. Talk to people. The only thing is, do not fashion your life after them, right? Be inspired by their own strengths and weaknesses so that you can do better for yourself, even beyond them. Okay, so once you've identified these weaknesses, like I said, I've had people come to ask me, how can I navigate this? I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's try this method. Let's this, let's that. Because they thought to ask me, right? So there might be people that have gone through what you've gone through before. There might be podcasts or seminars that people have recorded, that shares insights into that particular situation. Read, listen up, check everything. And at the end of the day, there's always a God factor. There's always a God factor, like I said. He gives clarity, right? He gives direction. He helps, and indeed, amen, he would not fail us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I love that end point. There's always a God factor. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So please, always don't take God out of the equation. Very important. And thank you so much. Apologies that we took extra 11 minutes. We'll just have to draw the curtain at this point. Like I said, please, the conversation continues for the next 4 weeks till we meet again the fourth Sunday in the month of February. So this webinar series happens thank you, Lotin, every fourth Sunday of the month. So we're meeting again the fourth Sunday in the month of February with another interesting topic, another vibrant and resource person that will be engaging with us. But till then, please join the community. Let's keep engaging. Let's keep learning. Our speakers are on that platform. Drop your questions, any challenge that you're facing, drop it there. Let's learn, let's interact. This is January. We want us to end this year as a champion. And that's why we are bringing this very first topic to play. So please, it's very important. It's very important. Your feedback is also important. The secretariat have just dropped the link for you to give us feedback. I'm sure that the speaker also is interested in their insights and feedback from this presentation. So please just evaluate. I'll just give the floor for the next 1 minute. Let's click the link in the chat and just give our feedback. Just drop your feedback in terms of the interaction, the timing. Yeah, there's a link. There's a WhatsApp link that you can click on to join the community. Joseph? Yes, the link is in the chat. Just go and then click the link to join the community. Like I said, the recording will be made available. Please connect on our YouTube channel. We'll be uploading the full recording on the platform, and previous editions also inside have been shared previously on personal branding, on spiritual growth, on mental health. So interesting topics have been uploaded on the YouTube channel. So please make the build of duty to create out time to enrich yourself with all of these insights. Once again, on behalf of the convener, Assistant Pastor Oluwaseun Gbaja, I'm not sure if he's on the call. I know he's on an official assignment as we speak. That's why he couldn't make it. I'm sure that he's also following and is very much delighted with the interaction and the session we've had today on behalf of the convener and the entire organizing team. We have people that have volunteered to be part of this initiative, supporting the initiative in different aspects. And they've been helping us drive the mandates. And we really appreciate everyone that joined today's session. And most importantly, our speaker, Mrs. Yade, thank you so much for the insights. Thank you for being part of the conversation today. So we'll meet again. Please enjoy the rest of the week and the year. And please keep building that mindset. Keep being a champion wherever you find yourself. I'm just going to allow, if you feel free to turn on your camera, let's put a face to the names, the voice that we've been hearing since we started. Let's just connect. Thank you. Thank you. Feel free to just turn on your camera. Let's put a face as we end the session. Okay, I can see our UK madam. Good to see you, Shadi. Awesome, awesome.
Thank you so much,
Thank
everyone. Thank you,
you.
Chineye. Thank you, Shade. Thank you, Laolu. Thank you, Frederick. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Roland, Valerie, Loxin, Akim, Dara, Yetunde, Blessing, Mide, Joseph. Trying to read all the names that I can see. Comrade. I can't see the other name, but Sean, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the coming week. Bye for now.